I know. Right? And we're live. Thank you guys so much for coming and playing the game. We have a guest player with us. So excited to bring them into the Traveler group. I've decided to bring in some guest players from time to time to fill out our NPC ranks and just have an extra person in here from time to time. And today it's Jake, a friend of James from earlier times. I'm sure they're all gaming buddies. So yeah, let's introduce ourselves to the people who are watching us and Jake as well. Let's start from the bottom up. James, go ahead if you want to start with you and your character.
Hello, I'm playing Sven, aka Sir Alacrity Fitzgerald, aka soon to be Boris Goodenough. I am the person who gets it done.
Gets things done.
And yeah. I know the people to help get it done.
Yeah.
And that is what I bring to the table.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, good choice. Hashna, you want to introduce our captain?
Yeah, I'm Hashna Singh, captain of this motley crew. And I'm a Vespexer in chosen one of the Drinax. So that's about
it. Gotcha. Outstanding. Teledrift, man, I could not remember your character's name for life of me. I apologize for the interviews. I could not remember your character's name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Well, my character is a Vespector psychologist named Teledrift, and he has a bit of psionic powers that he uses for the benefit of his captain and the crew occasionally.
There you go. Which the crew is slowly realizing that he does have them, which is a danger because not so much out here because we're technically outside. We're part of the Imperium, but not really in the Imperium. But the Imperium definitely has a recruiter shoot policy towards telepaths. Normally shoot.
I have never and I never will belong to the Imperium.
Exactly. Elisa, if you want to go on with Ev.
Hi, my name is Elisa. I'm playing Ev, pilot, convicted murderer, and constant and frequent snacker. I was convicted of a crime I totally did commit. However, there was an honor duel, and now I am free to roam about the universe, perhaps to kill again. In my spare time, I work when I'm not piloting the ship and trying not to crash into things, I spend my time working out with the aforementioned character, previous, and trying to pit the captain against Sir Alacrity. As to whether or not I'm actually an indentured servant.
True enough.
Indentured is an interesting word.
Sums it up.
You owe me. Oh, do you ever owe me? But how exactly you pay that off will be an amazing thing.
Yeah, you probably already paid it back a couple times by saving everybody by flying the ship, but you know that's not enough. Apparently, it's not enough.
I haven't crashed it into anything. This is the gratitude I get.
Exactly.
We gave you a tech level 16 ship. We gave you a tech level 16 ship. An idiot can fly this thing.
Which I still haven't got the fuzzy dice for it yet, but we do have like.
Yeah, I know.
Fuzzy dice.
Yeah.
Fuzzy dice hanging there. Got to white trash it up a little bit, Betty. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Anything I can do to help.
Anything you did. Nice.
You know, that's not a point in your favor, that tackiness. It's just not in your favor.
I thought it's like good luck or customary. Isn't that a space thing?
It's a trailer park thing, but that's okay. Rick, go ahead. Our resident mad scientist.
Well, I'm not always angry.
No.
Okay. Yes, but I am a scientist that got framed for corporate espionage and the death of some lab techs, but it wasn't my fault. So I actually am helping to rebuild this ship and enjoy playing around with it and doing lots of fun things. And by the way, happy Imperial Foundation Day today. Today marks the anniversary, and just a round of cheers for everybody.
Oh.
Wow.
I'll drink to that.
Nice.
Go ahead, little Cleo.
Yeah, Jake, if you want to introduce yourself and your character here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Jake. I'm a friend of James. I also stream and mostly art and stuff. But I don't do live cams, so this is new for me.
Nice.
Yeah, and Traveler is also new to me as well. But I'm excited. It's been a while, and I've wanted to play this.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
I know very little about the character, but I will put my heart into it.
There you go. That's all we ask. That's fine. Absolutely fine. All right. So,
Just think of it as like when you go to a convention and someone gives you the character sheet 5 minutes before the game starts.
yeah, it's basically.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Yeah.
So, all right. All right. So let's do this thing. All right. We are. I think we're about to leave Drinax. We've got word of the treasure ship. We did some accounting and stuff our last session. We didn't record it. We basically just kind of did some accounting of what took stock of what we have, started organizing NPCs, and watched Betty create a spreadsheet, which made my heart grow 3 sizes. Because as all Traveler players know, it's not a Traveler game until you create a spreadsheet. So I just absolutely was like, oh, she cares. when she told me about the spreadsheet. And we just started delegating people, rolling up characters and names and stuff like that to the other 2 ships that we have in our crew. And I believe we assigned did we assign the Varger back to his old scout ship, basically? Is that what we did?
We got. Hold on.
We put him on the safe bet,
He's on the safe bet.
which is the Far Trader.
The Far Trader. Sorry, Far Trader. Yeah.
So we've got he's on there, and then we have a human navigator, Fola Ephra.
Mm-hmm.
We have a male Varger for the engineer. What was his name? Vengiz.
Hold on.
And then Raj is a female Varger. Who's the gunner and sensor operator on that ship. So we have a crew of 4.
Get it. Which is fine for Var Traders. All you really need they're not super big ships.
Actually, you were supposed to pick up a Drinaxian on.
A couple Drinaxian borders. Yeah.
Well, the steward specifically, steward gunner.
Yeah.
Stewards. They can fold towels.
Those yet, but
yeah, they can fold towels and kill people. So. So yeah, exactly. Skilled, and then we have the cargo hauler decked out with Aslans and humans as well. Correct? We have it, but it's more like an Aslan human crew, right?
Right. So we have the Pelican, and we have a Vespexer steward male on aboard that has yet to be named or created yet. We have Commander Teak, the pilot, who is female Aslan pilot.
I like that.
Quafar, human male, navigator, astrogator. Norse, female Varger, engineer. Tarmo Cross, male human engineer. And Stow, which is an male Aslan gunner sensor operator.
Excellent. So yeah, your flotilla fleet is building. I think everybody in the fleet has a jump 2 capable ship, so everybody is able to keep up with you. However, mad scientist Tony Netta has created something on the Dragnar, our Harrier, the main ship, that he wants to share to the crew. That could be interesting to see how this plays out in the game. As especially if we're going to utilize it in this heist scenario. Tony, do you want to basically tell them what you come up with and how we're going to see if this is going to work on the ship?
Okay, basically, it's something that a lot of governments and corporations are working on, which is to decrease the amount of time you're in between starting and ending your jump. So the term for it is called a hop, and basically what will happen is instead of taking a week to get there, it'll take 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically, you're doing a jump inside of a jump.
Yeah.
So, this is extremely breaking technology that could probably only be done on a tech level 16 ship like this. And good thing that you guys have been keeping up with the upgrades and repairs and stuff on the ship to be able to even think about doing something like this on the ship. There is a risk. It's a working theory that Tony has, but he believes he can do it. He hasn't let anybody down yet in any of his abilities. But when he explains it, I mean, I'm sure everybody's like, well, the whole galaxy knows it takes a week to do a jump. I don't care if you're going 2 parsecs, 3 parsecs, whatever. It's a week. Now he's saying we can do it in 3 days. Let's make it like half the time. If it takes 7 days, it takes 3.5 days to do the jump.
Yeah, the calculations come out to about that. This is a major breakthrough. So like I said, a lot of federations and imperiums and corporations would love to get their hands on.
Yeah, this could change the world. Definitely. Have I lost somebody? Oh, I lost Ev. Ev came back.
Yeah, she's gonna log back in.
I'm sorry, Ev. I'm sorry I lost you. This is definitely, if this works and if it gets out, I mean, to the populace at large, this could change trade, could change the galaxy as we know it. Trade routes could be redrawn. Complete upheaval of the Imperium as we know it could happen. I mean, again, number one, it could probably only be done on a tech level 16 chip. I don't think the Traveler standard, the standard tech level 12 ship could even do it. So when he proposes this to you as an option to use during the heist, what do you say to this, Captain Hashna? Do you want to use this as part of your plots? We need to plan. We need to plan this heist, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it about it, and is this technology going to play a part in it?
Well, after Hashna chokes on her drink, she's like, "Oh my god, what? You're doing a what?"
Yeah.
I can tell you more revealing stuff, but we'll go there today.
That's nothing.
So I think first of all, we need to understand what the risk that we're taking before we decide whether or not this is the right path to take. I mean, this sounds fantastic.
Okay. Every time we make a jump, even if we're using the standard configuration we have now, there's always a risk something can happen and we end up off course or, hundreds of parsecs away from where we're supposed to be. So there's a very small risk. We've done a number of simulations, and as far as I can tell, there's no more risk of anything bad happening now than it would be from a normal jump with Ev as our pilot or anybody else doing astrogation.
Yeah. Normally, and I believe this is according to Traveler rules, if you roll double ones, if the engineer rolls double ones on the J drive during a jump, that triggers a miss jump. If and you could end up anywhere. You could just jump inside the system. You can jump 10 parsecs away into deep space. It just depends on how evil I want to be at the time. On this kind of technology, I want to, at least the first couple times that we do it, if it comes up doubles on 1s, 2s, or 3s, if you decide to do the hop. If it comes up double 1s, double 2s, double 3s, which increases the chances of a missed jump significantly. Until he has time to research the data he has from the jumps that we do to be able to knock those down.
I would suggest if he wants to test out these drives, maybe it would make a great escape versus getting to our destination.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Use it when you're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the
We're
thing,
gonna have to drive
the thing I want to bring up
before,
about
right?
these drives is the one group that would definitely want to have these would be the Imperial Navy. And considering I know how much y'all like the Imperium, y'all definitely want to keep this quiet and not let it get out.
So
Yellow just
if you modify the drives to do this, okay,
They've already been modified. It doesn't
Yeah, they're
switch
done.
over,
They're done.
but you have to
It's done.
switch it on automatically to do it. But go ahead.
he's your problem, Hashna.
Well, because we're not.
Come
All
on.
right.
Well, how are they going to know?
So
I mean,
you've
I
done all
have to
these
tell
computer
them.
simulations.
Is anyone
and,
here
you
going
know,
to tell
you
them?
haven't done a true.
Hold on, Ev's freaking out. What's up, Ev? Go ahead.
Well, how are they going to know? I guess I wanted to touch on that. How are we going to know? How are they going to know?
Well,
Do these have a
we
unique signature when we're bopping around in space? Do they? Are you
No, I'm talking
expecting
about-
someone to sort of like decide to tell, or what?
now I'm talking about that old sword world saying "loose lips sink ships."
Mhm.
Well, here's an old sword world
Okay.
saying: how much cargo space do we need to give up for extra tanks when you screw up? Because one of two things is going to happen here, according to that old Earth engineer Murphy, is we're either going to be in the middle of dead space and need to jump somewhere, so we're going to need fuel, or we're dead, so it doesn't matter. Might as well make a bigger fireball.
But there's always a slight chance we could end up in the. Go ahead, Drift.
I said this Murphy guy sounded pretty smart.
He seems
But
like
there's
he knows
also
what
a
he's
slim
talking
chance we can end up in what's called a parallel dimension,
Oh,
where
shit.
where
All right, I'm
Oh,
calling
no.
this, Matt. I'm here for
That sounds
Traveler.
fun.
He can take his Rifts game elsewhere. Okay.
I have to say, Tony, you're really not selling me on this drive, yo. I just have to point out that I'm feeling less and less like interested
Well, one,
as you add on possibilities for disaster.
our ship has enough. So even if we do one jump and we end up in the middle of dead space, we'll have enough fuel still left over to do a jump back to a known location where we can refuel. So that's not
Hopefully.
an issue, really,
Hopefully.
according to the calculations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, anything could happen.
technically,
We could all die.
I can
I
see
mean-
the strings here.
Yeah, there's always
But,
a 12%
What is the success rate?
for.
So
The
far,
normal
zero, because it hasn't happened.
The
put it this
simulations
way.
were great, though.
Simulations are great.
I mean, I could go over the math with you guys, but it's above your heads, unfortunately. I understand.
Yeah, we're not even gonna go in. Yeah.
I don't do the maths.
But basically, the fractals, once you get interlinked into the quarks, and you have to reverse the polarity of the quarks, it works. That's the thing.
It works. That's all you gotta
So
do.
I do think Tildriff's got a point. This is a better getaway plan than let's get there plan.
Sure.
Especially if we don't want anybody to know we've got it.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not picking this hill to die on, so yeah.
This
With,
makes
with the caveat, we only use it if we need it.
plan.
Right. If shit really hits the fan and we've got no choice, this is our backup.
Well, we're also not 100% sure that this is going to work when we do hit the button.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
but
there are-
between getting blown up and hitting the button and maybe ending up lost, I mean, I'll take the lost.
Yeah, well, as I said before, there's always a chance of something bad happening to the ship on a normal jump.
Yeah, there always is.
Yeah.
So
And like I'm saying, if we don't want, this needs to be tested. It doesn't have to be done during the middle of a mission where we're wanting to make a bunch of money. I understand that.
All right. Well, then we'll put it on the back burner, and we'll focus on the heist.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Definitely using it as an escape option would be great, because if you're trying to jump away from somebody, and even if you're going to the same system, you're going to be 2 or 3 days ahead of them.
Right.
You know, if they're hot on your heels, so you'll have time to be able to go somewhere else or react or what have you. It would be an awesome escape plan. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good idea. Otherwise, all ships that are in your little flotilla are jump 2 capable, which is great. So to basically give the broad strokes of the heist out to the people who weren't able to be with us on our planning session, King Olaf and others have found out, and I believe you've confirmed it with your suspicions about Captain Hurl Irontooth. A treasure ship, an actual honest to goodness treasure ship, called the Martin II, is it had a major accident in space when it was preparing to jump in the Aronseer system, as I tried to Google that up. But it had a major accident that blew its jump drives, and it basically had to make an emergency landing / not quite a crash on Aronseer. So
I just considered that truck that flipped over with those millions of D20s.
Oh yeah, and all the dice scattered out everywhere. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this treasure ship is basically it's an Imperial ship. So it's part of a convoyer fleet that goes around and shows off the wealth of the Imperium and goes and collects like taxes and stuff like that, throws it into the treasure hold of the ship, the cargo hold of the ship, and makes a circuit around this sector. It's one of several treasure ships that does this thing. Well, when it had that accident with the jump, well, the rest of the fleet jumped with it. Didn't jump with it. They jumped onto their next system. And they're all like, sorry, we're going. The rest of the fleet has other missions and stuff to do. They're going. So this ship is basically stranded on Aronseer, which is a tech level 6 planet, which I'm thinking is like 1950s technology. Something like that. I'm wanting to say somewhere in that era. Somewhere in that era of technology. So the chances of it getting the equipment that it needs to repair a ship of this size, it is a 1,200 ton ship. It's a big ship, or 1,500 ton ship. It's a big ship. So the chances of it getting the stuff that it needs is slim. So it basically has to wait for stuff to get to it, which has to jump from other systems. A repair crew to come, because all the engineering crew apparently died in the explosion of the jump drive explosion, which should be kind of a little bit of a foreshadowing for Rick. But we'll let that slide.
That'll never happen.
That'll never happen. Never happen.
Nope. If we do have an explosion,
have
we'll be
a
ripped
Rick.
apart and we'll never know it.
They didn't have a Rick. So this thing is basically wide open and vulnerable. There are a couple system defense boats, which could be some trouble for you, with the group that you got right now, it's kind of an even match. It's a toss up who could come out on top between you and the system defense boats, because they are heavily armored and combat craft, whereas your crafts aren't, except for the Harrier. But it is it is not as heavily armored as like the system defense boats. There are 2 system defense boats out there. You've heard about that, that are out there patrolling the area around the planet. There's also a Gazelle class escort out there, which could be trouble for you. And then the ship itself. The ship is just a floating tank. It's a bank in space. Is basically what this is. And not only is the ship pretty much impregnable as far as like hull and stuff like that, it has inside of it a large vault. This vault is designed to survive space combat, basically. Like the entire ship can be destroyed, and this vault would still be intact, floating in space. And it has an unbreakable code to get to open the thing, to open the vault.
So will the vault fit inside the Pelican's cargo bay?
The Pelicans it would, but getting it out of the ship, because it is in the middle of the ship, would be a trick. It's about a 30-ton vault, basically. So it wouldn't quite fit in like the Harrier cargo bay, because it's fairly narrow. It would fit in the Pelicans, but getting it in there would be a trick. You could get items from it to fit in there, absolutely. Whatever's in it, you definitely could get to fit in there. But because it's basically a big box, trying to get it to fit through the door would be hard to do anything but the Pelican. The thing is like to kind of lay this out for your characters. This ship is basically, it's on the planet. It's on Aranseer. It's like half crashed, half docked on the port, the low port on Aranseer. Arunaseer. So it's there, and it's never been more vulnerable as it has been till now. The fleet isn't around it. There's just a couple system defense boats in the system, plus a Gazelle. So it's ripe for the picking, so to speak.
Well, that being said, though, we know that Haral Irontooth pulled all of his vessels to go on a secret mission that we're suspecting may have something to do with this.
100%, yeah. Because when you guys took down Ferric, you guys witnessed his fleet basically leave, and everybody just take off. And you don't know where he's at exactly, but he didn't tell anybody where he was going, and he didn't, which is kind of a big no-no amongst the pirate kings there, what have you, the big 3. He didn't tell anybody where he's going, and he just left, which leaves everybody to believe that he is planning something, and this would be the biggest, choicest target around is this vessel, the ship, the treasure ship. So he is definitely out there as another factor. You definitely believe that he is involved in this somehow and is waiting to spring the trap on the vessel. Whether he is going to attack it on the planet or wait for it somewhere else, you don't know. Nobody knows where his fleet is right now. So there is that going on. You talked with the team, with the group there on Drinax. They believe the easiest way, because again, it's a toss up right now, like between your ships and the system defense boats and the Gazelle, who would win a fight. Plus, you'd still have to take down the heavily armored treasure ship itself. They believe the easiest way right now would be to try to infiltrate the ship. They did lose a lot of engineering crew. They assume there are other crew that needs to be replaced on the ship as well. Some people may be leaving because of the horrible accident. They'll be like, screw this, I'm out, kind of a deal. So there's an opportunity there to kind of sneak on the ship as part of the crew, probably sneak in some materials in with you, and try to take the ship from within. Now, that being said, there is a Marine contingent on the treasure ship. Everybody knows it. It's kind of common knowledge. There is a Marine contingent on board, as well as the naval officers that drive the treasure ship. So there's about 7-8 Marines, all wearing battle suits. So that's extremely fearsome. When somebody says they're wearing a battle suit, they're basically in a tank. Most small arms weapons are going to bounce right off of this battle suit. So you'll need to find other ways to take them out of the action. You're
talking full blown battle dress where it enhances
full blown
strength
battle. Yeah, full blown.
Okay. So it's not just combat armor. All right.
No, full blown. Honest to goodness, old school traveler battle dress. Most conventional weapons are going to bounce right off of this armor. So you're going to need to find a way around these guys. You don't imagine that they're wearing battle dress the entire time down on ships, so there might be opportunities to take them down. You hope they don't sleep in their battle dress. Just think like Warhammer 40K Space Marines, and you're not far off. They're just indestructible, basically, as far as the average human is concerned. And that's what it is. They are basically sending you out with a super high tech document printer, basically, to be able to print what kind of IDs that you need on the fly. Like if you go there, basically find out what they need. You go, okay, I need to make these IDs. And it'll come with like the electronic resume and stuff like that. That's going to pass most scans. So you've got that as part of the stuff that you need. Like the art department from Drinax sends that on. From the Drinax University, they send that on, and basically it's up to you how you want to do it. They highly suggest doing the infiltration thing, but you could just go in guns blazing, and this could be a real short adventure. But however you guys want to play it is up to you. You got it's what if you're jump 2. And I'm looking at this. Drinax is like in your bottom left area on that map. If you see it,
4.
Jump 1, 2, 3. It's 3 jumps, basically. Oh no, is it 2 jumps? 1, 2. Can you do that? No.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, you can jump from Drinax to Clark, and then you'd have to jump to Blue to Aaron's here. So it's 3 jumps. You have to do one jump one.
Are we all going together, or are we just talking about the Dagnar?
The Dragnar's jump 2, so yeah, it's still.
All right. So Drinax to Clark, yeah. Then the Blue, then Aaron. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it would take 3. It would take 3 jumps to get to Aaron's here, and you think they might might have the stuff that they need by then arriving at the planet, and we'll definitely be looking for people to hire on, not only to just, hey, get the ship fixed, but also take them along.
It would only take 2 jumps if we use drop tanks.
This is true. We could do that. Yeah. Yeah.
So we just go into the dead of space and then come out of the dead of space.
Yeah, the dead of space over by Clark. It's a little bit more of a risk, but you can do it. You can do it. There's a little more engineering roles involved, but yeah, this can be done. I feel confident that Rick can make this done.
Well, it still comes down to good piloting skills too, of course.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Actually, it comes down to astrogation.
So-
A pilot can
Astrogation.
only go as far as where they are to where they're going in the fuel that's allotted.
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps
Yes,
we could discuss how we may deal with encounters along the way once we make it to the ship.
Yeah, I mean, are you bringing the other two ships along? Are they going to come down on the planet with you? Are they going to be around in the system?
That's what I was just going to ask. So, for Alcrady, you're the one that I believe you were going to reach out to some of your, I don't even know what you call them.
Associates.
Specialists.
Associates, yeah.
Some of your associates. There you go. This is more your expertise than mine. What would you find out?
At that point, I get up. I go to the door. I open it. I motion. And 2 women and 2 men come in, all human,
Got it.
a little bit older than most. And I say, allow me to introduce. We lost Matt. And allow me to introduce.
I'm here. I'm just off cam. Sorry, I'm here.
Allow me to introduce Mrs. Yegg, Mr. Prigger, Miss Pennyweight, and Mr. Ganiff. They will take care of the vault.
Do they have some special skills?
Indeed, they do.
I'm sorry, Miss Yegg, Miss Pennyweight. What were the 2 guys?
Mr. Prigger and Mr. Ganiff.
Yeah. Okay.
You've worked with them before then?
Indeed, I have. They are reliable and, most of all, honorable.
So these are safe crackers?
They are our teammates.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Are they
I'm
crack
assuming
safes?
that
Respectable answer.
you have a specialty in this type of situation. So are we thinking infiltration?
They're all good at infiltration.
Okay.
stealthily infiltrating would be most wise. It's probably best if we save money on repairs for our vaccine and weapon.
So remind me with the planet that we're going to, Aaron Sear.
Yeah.
Is that like an active system? Like, would it be unusual for ships to show up, instead of all going in full hilt?
No, because I mean, even though it's not in the middle of what would be known as it is part of a trade route with the whole Tanith Acrid system.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good corridor between in the Trojan Reach area. In this whole Sindal sector. It does have like a low port. It doesn't have a high port, like an orbiting space station. Wait a minute. I don't think it has orbiting high port. I might have to backtrack on that. But I know it definitely has the low port where the treasure ship has, and so it does have quite a bit of Imperial not Imperial, but just standard traffic coming through the system. Absolutely.
Okay.
They did put out a distress call or whatever to receive repairs, so they are expecting someone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look over to James and his friends. Do any of you have enough engineering expertise to pass as engineers or mechanics?
Their specialties are more in. They do have engineering, but their specialty is more mechanic, electronics, and computers.
Okay.
Which is fine. That's definitely would be needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Right. So, are you thinking we all go in together, or we take the dragon and the pelican comes in later?
All right, this is going to be Sir Alacrity.
Yeah.
I feel that we should get there sooner than later, so I think we should use drop tanks, take 2 jumps, which will be 2 weeks since we're going in, arrive, and then over 2 or 3 days, we all join the crew.
Okay.
The crew of the Martin too. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I was off the camera stuffing my face, so didn't want to do that on face. Go on camera, but I'm back. All right. Okay, so yeah, that would put you there a good week ahead of the other two. Are we taking the salvage hauler and the far trader, or just a salvage hauler?
Well, I think for firepower against the other ships, we may need to have all 3 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also thought we were thinking about hiring another ship to go with us, but has that changed?
We were going to hire someone?
Yeah, I thought we were going to get another ship. I think that came up in the discussion. I'm not sure how far we went with it. It obviously looks like we didn't agree on doing anything with it, so I won't worry about it.
I don't think we can. And again, you definitely want to keep this as low key as possible.
Yeah.
The less people you have involved, the better. So yeah, we'll send those 2 ships the long way around through Clark and Blue. So you'll get there a good week ahead of them to be able to set up what you need and have them like in some predestined coordinates in the system somewhere, like hide behind a planet or something. Is that what we're looking at?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, to hide behind a gas giant plane.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the normal pirate tactic, so that works. Yeah, they'll have to basically just kind of, which is good because they won't have to spend a week, evading the system patrol boats while you guys are doing what you need to do to get on the ship. You can do that while they're just trying to get to the system. So that makes it a nice tight window. I like that. That is really good planning. Yeah, I like that. That works really well. All right. So do you, Hoshner, are you good with taking these 3 people on that you basically don't know anything about on this guy's word, and why did on Sir Lackery's word, even, and why are they calling him Boris?
Well, he's a little bit odd, but actually, yeah. I mean,
I'm sure Sir Lackery has lots of different names.
Yeah. I mean, from his colorful backstory that we don't know, I guess, reading through the gaps in his history. Yeah. I'm sure if you vouch for him, Alacrity, then I'm good with this.
Okay.
Excellent.
If they turn on us, I will fucking kill them. But
that is to be expected. They will have broken their honor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'd help, Captain. I would help. Just because I'm helpful.
And I'm sure
and you know I am a murderer, so.
Survivor. It's Survivor, Ed. We got to
Oh, I see. Okay. Survivor. Got it. Okay. All right. I'm good. Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain. Nice. I like it. I'm sorry, Jake. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just commenting out. She shouldn't remind everyone that she's a murderer at every mention.
No, she's a survivor, little kid. Survivor. We're survivors around here.
That's what we're trying to get out. Absolutely. So, all right. So we've got that there. We looks like we're going to Aaron's here. We're going to take the drop tanks and get there in 2 weeks, which is great. I like that plan. It's a little bit riskier, but not too bad. We've got a great crew. We can definitely do that. So basically, they load up 2 like this large pontoon, basically full of hydrogen to give you guys an extra jump. You have to spend a little time pumping it into your main tanks and stuff like that, and get it to jump. While we're preparing that, getting that done, getting the ship ready with the extra tanks, we'll say it takes a little time for it. Not quite a full day, but get a bit of time. Rick and James, are you wanting to share anything with Captain Hoshna at this time?
Well, James,
it's not awkward at
well,
all.
No.
Sir Acklety, I'm not sure right now would be a good time to share anything with her.
I mean, I'm just thinking before we leave Drinax, what do you want to share anything?
Not before we
distract her
leave.
too much.
Not before we leave? Okay.
Not before we leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be too much of a distraction.
Oh,
All right.
oh, are we not discussing the thing?
I don't know the thing.
I say to Tony.
Yeah. Ev knows. We'll say she had like a glass up to the bulkhead where you and James were talking. so
Well,
Ev
I
knows.
could pause. Sorry, Tony. I just, happened to overhear things.
You were hiding in
you
a
guys were
cupboard.
talking really loud by those pipes.
My vents.
I was not hiding in the cupboard. There is no snacks in the cupboard. But I did stand by a pipe.
Not anymore.
And you guys were talking about
Not anymore. That's
True. Yeah, no. That's why I know. I mean,
Can
I looked twice.
I took all the easy cheese.
So basically, on
You're
Ev's wanted
absolutely
poster,
right.
it
And I'll do it
informs the law enforcement officials to throw snacks at her so they can take her down easier.
Exactly. Easily distracted by snacks.
I'm going to stock up on
Just
Twinkies and Ding Dongs before we leave Drinax.
You gonna do what?
Thank you.
I'm going to stock up on Twinkies and Ding Dongs.
Twinkies and Ding Dongs and crispy
And I'm going to
snacks.
put them on the lower cabinet because I know Ev can't reach it.
And these are aged Twinkies from the original factory on Earth.
Exactly. Which means they're still good. They're still good.
Yeah.
Only 5,000 years. So yeah, it's like reaching its half-life right now.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, hey Matt, are you getting product placement or cash for all this?
Exactly right. I need to talk to Twinkie.
Call up hostess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll stock up on Winkies and Ting Tongs. So
Maybe we can gain a Patreon, but I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that slide right on by. Let's go on and play.
You are 3 behind.
I know. I'm a little behind. So I'm gonna keep going. Woo! Anyway, as we go on, we are going to errands, sir. People, we're loaded up. We got everything.
Well, actually,
we need.
before we leave,
God.
Teledrift mentioned something that his question got changed a little bit. Okay, when we jump out of space, we land, we stop wherever we stop at. Say there's an enemy presence there. Someone starts wanting to board our ship. What are we going to do?
Kill them.
How can we play it off
Yeah, I mean,
without having to resort to violence?
well, I believe this would probably come into why we're here, right? This is our whole
Talk about why you're on errands here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just take some speculative cargo and go in here and say, "Here, we're here to sell this shit." I mean, that's completely legitimate. And then once you find out about the situation, they're like, "Oh,
Alibis are good.
Yeah. We got 30 tons of Twinkies to sell. Who wants them?"
29 now.
29
I guarantee you, by the end of it, you won't have 30,000. You're gonna have, I don't know, how many Twinkies can one human stuff into their face? We're gonna find out. Hard way.
Matt Florian's going to have some competition here in a little bit. I can just feel it coming for Matt Florian. Matt Florian's watching her down those Twinkies going, "Yeah, baby. Keep going." He's over there like feeding them to you. He's unwrapping the packages and just feeding them to you.
always went to a dark place. This went to a very dark place.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll just slide right past that. But
So
yeah,
little-
I think
Little
question.
Cleo, from some of your boarding and other operations you've been on, what do you think of our plans so far?
I'm wondering when we'll actually do the boarding. It sounds like we've got a lot more subterfuge planned
Sure.
than anything. We should really establish: are we going there as traders, or are we pretending to be the repair crew? How are we planning going into the system?
And I thought it was more like traders going there to help get hired on to help repair the ship and stuff.
This way, if we get access to the interior to their systems, we can disable it and turn things to our advantage.
True. Yes. I'm also wondering what our plans are if we do encounter one of the patrol boats on our way in before our other ships arrive. That's a totally different matter. But we do need to think about what is our story going to be if we are challenged.
Well, based upon what our captain has said, I think we'd be basically we're there to help out the ship because they've been sending out distress messages for assistance.
Okay, so we are going to say that our express purpose is to contact the ship and help them repair.
Yeah.
Right.
We just happen to catch their signal along our trade route.
Coincidentally, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We need a better lie than that. But
Well, I mean, you do have some cargo you could take with you. Again, just a speculative cargo. Just
yeah,
pose. Yeah.
so
Well,
we gotta pretend we're traders, and then we gotta disguise and change names. Where I'll be Boris, and go. And we get hired on as crew
Mm-hmm.
because of skill sets. And it may mean that not all of us are hired on.
That's true.
But I think there's a bigger threat than the actual security. And that's Iron Tooth.
Yeah.
That's true. Where is he? Where
Now,
is he?
there's two options he has, according to Great Heists. One is to come in guns blazing and blast his way to the treasure ship while it can't run and take it there. I don't know how to stop that. The other thing is the son of a bitch has a team that's going in like us, and we won't know who they are, and they're going to make that ship miss jump, and then he'll jump it with his, when it's all alone, no defense boats, no nothing, and then he'll take it. And that's been done time and time again.
Well, it's a good thing we have our engineers that could do something about the drives and the systems to prevent that sort of things until we want them to happen.
Well, yeah, that's good you mentioned that, Telder, because remember James and Rick and Betty, when we were first looking at this and you were getting your rumors, Monk, about what happened to in that area, you guys were looking amongst your fellow groups and stuff like that, and you uncovered that. Well, one, you've got the full deck plans of the ship, which is great. You know how the ship is laid out, which is it's not common knowledge. Rick was able to find some back doors to get to that. Then you also found out that they don't believe it was an accident that caused the jump drives to go out. It might have been sabotage, and I am forgetting the third rumor that you guys uncovered.
So I've got it. Hang on.
I know what it was.
There was plans, rumors that it was sabotage and it was not an accident. There was a secret treaty in the vault.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a secret treaty involved, and basically, I mean, that's kind of what goes along with what King Olo's like. I want what's in the vault. There's all kinds of other stuff throughout the cargo hold that you can lay your hands on, and that's fine. He said, but I want the most expensive items in the vault, and he doesn't even really care what it was. He just wants it, and so you guys can do what you do what you want on that. Whether you share the information that you know about the secret treaty on board the ship with King Olab or not, that's entirely up to you. Good,
Nope.
good.
Nope.
Good. He just says he wants what's in the vault to kind of shove it in their face and be like, all he really wants out of this whole mission is to be able to prove the Imperial Navy that they're not up to the task of protecting their ships, and that they should front more money towards King Olaf to build a better navy to protect this sector under his control. That's all he wants. That's really his end game on this thing, as far as setting you up on the heist. He doesn't really care what you want. He wants what's in the vault just for bragging rights more than anything else. Exactly. He doesn't even know what's in it. He's just like, I want what's in the vault. Just like any asshole would. I want what's in there. Blah, 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 blah. Like you don't even know what's in there. And again, it's still like a very large cargo bay that's all around the vault. That's full of all kinds of other equipment. So it all just depends on what you want to squeeze on your ship, and in what ships you want to squeeze it into, and what time allows. is what you get out of this thing. It's definitely going to be. It's definitely all going to be high end stuff, or it wouldn't be on the treasure ship.
I just sent the deck plans and photo of the ship to our Facebook message page because I couldn't find a way to do it in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it up in here. Give me just a second.
We also have the complication of there being at least a squad of Marines fully kitted on this treasure ship, and we're not exactly going in with a fire team.
True that.
It would be highly suspicious if we came in with our gear fully tucked it out, and we wouldn't be able to move inconspicuously.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we shouldn't carry something hidden that can't be detected by scans. Or
I think James was moving on some lines like that. Is that right, James?
Hidden weapons and hidden things that go bang.
Boom, boom, bang.
I like those.
Yeah, my team has a specialist for explosives, and if you are given a wonderful article of clothing or a really cool pen, just fucking carry it. All right.
Sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword.
I've got a question for you, sir. Is it possible that this ship has an armory and we could just use their armory against them?
If there's Space Marines in here, yeah, there is definitely an armory. They've got battle suits, and usually means that they're coming in packing, if not laser weapons, they're usually packing in laser or plasma weapons, which lasers might not get through their armor, but I guarantee you a plasma gun will. The trick is using it and knowing how to use it.
I would strongly think that diversion to draw attention away from the armory could be a possible lead, while other teams aboard the ship can do other things.
Some more liberation.
A bit of acquisition, perhaps.
Okay, that's done.
Got it.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I mean, there's plenty that we can do before all this happens, but ultimately, you guys will definitely have to have eyes on the target to make final plans. So to see what happens, because you can only plan so much right now, and then it's going to be Oh well, that won't work because of now. This is what we got. Uh, so
Yeah, plan is only good until it reaches the actual battle.
exactly. So let's we got our specialists. They've got their equipment that they plan on smuggling on board the ship. That's all great and wonderful. We've got a team, that knows what they're doing. As best they can. We've got a plan for the other two to meet you guys later on. About a week after you guys arrive in system. So yeah.
Now let Hashna.
Yeah.
Like what I said is we can make this ship misjump and meet up with the fleet.
Yeah.
Our fleet.
Yeah. No, that works.
So that's an option too, instead of trying to pull this heist off on the planet.
Yeah.
So you're going to do what you said the other guy might do.
Or maybe has tried.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
so-
we infiltrate the crew, get the ship in operational working order, misjump, and then take it on.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this. We know Iron Tooth wants it. That's 100% fact.
Yeah.
There's probably other parties involved.
Yeah.
Not very often do you have a treasure ship sitting like an Easter egg waiting to be found.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I've never heard of it before.
True that.
So do we want to try to get some of our boarding crew on as security?
I don't think our boarding crew would pass the security check even with false tags.
They have to have all tags.
Maybe little Cleo. Maybe. If we give her a fake Marine background, I mean, possibly.
It's a possibility, but she would have to not talk.
That might be an issue.
Especially when you got a whole team of battle dress Marines that know Marines.
Yeah.
And how do we feel about sending our dear Ev?
How do we feel about what?
Sending our dear Ev.
Ev,
Oh.
yeah.
Can
Me?
hold her.
Ev's got skills. She's got technical skills. I think that can back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's got like electronic. Almost everybody in this
I'll
crew,
do
I
it.
think, has at least electronics or mechanics, except for a certain somebody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Electronics or mechanics skills that can pass a cursory examination.
So,
Doris,
Ev, can you fly a ship of this class?
No. I mean, she can't fly it herself. It takes like a crew of like 5 people to fly the ship.
Okay, well, the one
Well,
ship
if I
the one ship I crew, that I ended up, every one of them had at least a 0 in pilots. So we got a lot of pilots available.
So the answer is yes, I can fly it with help. I can't do it alone.
Yeah.
Just the nature of the beast. Or
Yeah.
Okay, so we can take Commander Teak with us. And Krish. Oh, no, they've got to be on their own. Never mind.
Well, just to let you know, Teak can fly, pilot. Tarek can pilot off of that crew.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, Teak does not have any type of engineering or anything, but
She has mechanic 1.
Well, let's not forget that this is an Imperium ship, and it is kind of modeled after the Empire. It is kind of like humans only, so you're definitely going to need people that appear human.
Tarek could do that.
Tarek doesn't appear human. He is human.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Tarek would fit the bill on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And myself being human,
Yeah.
just a
yeah,
weird one. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah, I think
about Fola?
Well, I mean, those guys aren't going to be able to show up till about a week after you're there already. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, unless we bring him with us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then who are you going to have operating the ships? They need to be there to operate the ships.
Exactly.
All right. So I've got, I can do electronics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody can do like electronics or mechanics. And even if they don't have the skills, you got enough people around you to fake it till you make it, Boris. Somebody can like nudge beside you. Hey, yeah, flip that switch, dumbass. And then you can make it look like you know what you're doing.
Well, just as a point, I do have electronics communication.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's all we need. Some sort of electronics or mechanic skill. You know how to pull wires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also have gunner.
There you go.
In case they need one of those.
Might need some people to look at gunners. Yeah, they might need some people to do that. Absolutely. You don't know. All right, so let's set up what's going to happen on errands here. Let's go ahead and leave Drinax and make our jumps and stuff like that to get there. Hopefully without any troubles. We are anybody grabbing anything else, doing anything else before we leave Drinax? I mean, there's very limited stuff that we
I
can
sent
get.
you a private message, and that is hidden aboard our ship.
Okay. All right. Oh my god.
Not ominous at all.
Scared to look it up. Scared to look already. Okay. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Oh no.
That sounds even better.
Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, definitely. We're grabbed all our gear that we're going to get that we need. I don't want like extensive, exhaustive lists. We'll play a lot of that out. But we make our jumps. Basically, Ev, you got you're at the controls of the Dragnar again. It's been a little even more repaired since last time. I think the hull is fully fixed. What else did we fix last time? Hull is
everything except for basically the plush factor.
So, yeah, everything except for like the brass fittings and stuff like that. Yeah, everything's pretty
like
much
the important stuff.
Yeah, the important stuff, the stuff that makes the ship operable. It's almost all up to specs. Everything except for the holographic hull. That's not up yet, is it?
No, that's not yet.
Yeah, so we can't go full Airwolf or whatever it is like that. We can't completely sneak up on somebody. It does still have like the stealth jump and the early jump, which led Rick to decide to do this with the ship anyway. It does have those high-end kind of capabilities. It can jump into a system with a smaller signature that can't get, well, not say can't, but it's harder to pick up on scopes than normal. Plus, it can jump out of a system earlier anyway. With the early jump, it can jump out of a slower, lower 100 demarcation point from the planet without having a chance of triggering a misjump. So it definitely has those advantages anyway built into the ship. So King Olab and Princess Rao and a few others. The brother is not here yet. Is not here. Herrick, he's off, probably in his clone vat, regeneration chamber. But because everybody just knows it by looking at him, it's like that's a clone. he's just a little too perfect.
Clone or cyborg?
Probably a bit of both.
Okay.
Probably a bit of both. He's just too perfect. Prince Herrick. He's not there. But Princess Rao and them was kind of waving you off from the flight deck on the spaceport on the floating city, and of course the chieftain is giving you a fond farewell, Hashna, and giving the best Spexer blessings to you and your mission. Has faith in you, so you've come very far already, and I can only see you going further. I have high hopes in you in this endeavor. Your name is already getting known throughout the Vespexer community, and we look forward to seeing further exploits from you, Captain Hashna. And gives you like the little Vespexer blessing on your head, stuff like that. And
like straight.
Exactly. So a little bit of a touching moment there on the dock, as is it Chieftain Rax? Is that who it was? Rax? I believe it's Rax.
Right. I'd have to get back and look.
No, you're fine. But he gives the blessing to you, and King Olib and Princess Rao are kind of waving at you from the dock, and Hashna, you can't help but like Princess Rao is looking odd at you again, giving you like that stink eye as you're going away, kind of waving at you like with like an arched eyebrow, and you're looking at her like what? Is there something like? Is there a spot?
She really.
I don't think I've done anything to her.
No, you don't.
What did you do?
She keeps
Okay.
I'll just lean down. I'm like, you know how young.
Yeah, she really doesn't like you.
She doesn't. It doesn't take a sonicist to figure that out.
Sure.
Did you leave the bathroom before she went in? Didn't light a match? What happened?
I don't know. Maybe she overheard that I want to stab her father in the back. I don't know.
Maybe.
That might have done it.
It might have something to do with it. Maybe.
I'm sure she's heard multiple people say that.
You should be used to it by now.
All right, so
wouldn't you?
So we're heading off.
So who's trying to sneak in onto the treasure ship? I got Hashna, Ev, myself, and the Team 4 specialists. I assume Tony's coming on.
Yeah.
All right. Is little Cleo coming with us? Hashna, is little Cleo coming with us?
Oh, I thought you were asking little Cleo. Yeah, we'll bring little Cleo.
You're the officer. She doesn't have a vote.
Yeah, that's
not a democracy.
why I was trying to go with.
So, I'm handing you the driver's seat on this mission.
And then Teledrift, what are you doing?
I can oversee the comms and communications between the teams on the ship.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're not going.
Yeah, and you can keep us posted if anything comes awry, right, Teledrift?
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'll be like,
That's
you
gonna
can keep us
fly.
posted, right?
I'll
Who's
be
going to fly
I
to
mean-
Dragnar home if we take the treasure ship?
If we take the treasure ship, I will be amazed.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that's what you were trying to do.
No, I'm trying to get in the vault and get what we need.
Okay.
Now, if we make this ship misjump so we can blow it up, disable the drives and take it over, which leads to how do we stop an anti-boarding crew in battle dress?
We can get the oxygen away from the ship and wait it out until they're not an issue anymore.
You know that fancy
Ooh.
back suit you have? Battle dress makes it look like a burlap sack.
Let's get that in the water. We can wait as long as we want. Isn't that right, sir?
Well, that brings up the question: how many battle-ready people do we actually have?
I mean, everybody can fight.
Well, yeah, I'm saying battle-ready in people that are very skilled, or skilled more than average.
I mean, you're
So
probably
we have 9
Yeah.
on our, including you, on our boarding crew.
Okay.
I can hold my own in a fight.
yeah.
So we need to have a decent amount left on our ship if we're planning to intercept them at some point. I don't know how many we're going to need on the ship. I think the fewer the better.
Well, here's the kicker. Are we hiring on as repair crew? Or are we hiring on as crew? Since most of us, until we print new IDs, aren't even Imperial citizens, we could do repair crew,
Nope.
and then a few of us get off so we can fly our ship, and then go see where, and then go get the prize.
Shadow the treasure ship. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
We're probably gonna, we're gonna want to leave someone that knows what they're doing on the ship, probably to prepare it for the boarding.
And
Nice.
I volunteer Tony.
On the treasure ship? To leave Tony on the treasure ship?
He's got all the technical skills to make it happen to go where I want it to go.
I think he's just trying to get rid of me.
No, sir, you have made yourself useful. The added benefit is you can't throw that switch and make us jump to God knows where.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Need someone with Tony. So this way, if that
I'll
tooth
stay with Tony.
fellow, he could have some protection.
I'll stay with
Yeah.
Tony and guard his
I mean,
back.
there's a busy starport there too that you guys can glean a lot of information from. So yeah, while repairs are being done on the ship, there's a starport there that you guys, like Betty and Tony, can kind of. You mean stay on the ship? That like Pedro, if he doesn't want to go on the treasure ship, can kind of glean some information from the starport and stuff like that. So and stuff like that. Absolutely. All right, well, let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's leave. Let's have Ed make a piloting roll as she lands off, takes the Dragnar off the deck. You wave off to the rest of the other two ships.
Remember Galaxy Quest.
Exactly.
Remember, every Hawkman's worth 5 points.
Yeah, every Hawkman just kind of sweep with the wing. Oopsie! Don't forget to add, what is it, 3? Yeah, 3 for the ship.
Okay, so +3 to my roll. All right.
Yeah, and
See what we
then
end
your piloting and
Uh,
your deck bonus.
Yes. So that is a 14.
Excellent. So you're taking off beautifully, leaving the landing pad a very graceful, majestic kind of arc, and just turning around and heading off, just like the Falcon does. Even though it's a tub, it's just so graceful. And just and you're off, and you're taking off, and you see King Olaf and Princess Raoul raving you off and stuff like that. It's very, very Buck Rogers kind of scene there on the flight deck, and you're off and getting ready to head out your 100 demarcation point into out of the system and get ready to do your jump. So we are plotting our jump to dead space in between the systems. This will require a little bit harder of an astrogation roll because you don't have a fixed location. You're basically fixing yourself from surrounding locations. Who is doing our astrogating? I forgot.
I have the skill, but I thought we had other people that were doing it.
I think so
Didn't we
too.
have Pete?
Oh, Pete the
I
Stench.
mean,
Pete the
technically, I
Stench.
can do it.
Yeah,
But then we
Pete
move
the
him to a different ship.
No,
Did
we
we
didn't move. No,
No, we didn't.
on this
Okay.
ship.
Stench. Pete the Stench is still there. Unfortunately,
Oh, we kept
maybe.
the smelly one. Why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the smelly.
Why?
Yay.
I replaced the air fresheners under his chair.
Exactly. You guys
It
just don't
only
let him out
helps
of the
a
back.
little.
He is looking at this and he's like, I can't get a fix. I'm not feeling good about these numbers. Can somebody else check my work?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Somebody else can make an astrogation roll. That's basically what he's.
I got a
asking.
4.
Yeah, looks fine to you.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're wrong, I'll kill you.
So anybody else want to make an astrogation roll?
I got an 11.
11. So yeah,
I got
like
an 11.
So like he is way off. Like he is way the fuck off. He would have like landed you like in the next system over, which probably would have taken you just enough out into deep space that you could not get back to a populated system. So yeah, you're like, no, you need to take a left.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, no. Let's not do that. Let's never do that, in fact. Ever.
Let's not do that again. So yeah. Yeah, so good thing to check up his numbers. It was a good thing that he rolled bad enough to realize that his numbers were bad, and had somebody else look at him. He basically rolled a 3. Yeah, thanks for checking up on him there, Ev.
Oh wow, I did better than he did.
Exactly. That's exactly. So yeah, we have our coordinates. It is time for Tony to engage the jump drive. So make your engineer J drive skill roll there, Tony. Add
12.
your intelligence. Nice roll. So the J drives kick in just like they're supposed to, and it's very smooth. And you're in jump for a week. So basically, you can make other plans like we have been discussing with this past discussion, about how we're going to infiltrate the crew and who goes where and who does what, and stuff like that. So you got like the better part of the week to do that. You got time to exercise. You even got time to like tutor Boris and like some engineering stuff and how to do a little bit of advanced electronics and stuff like that to kind of show each other the basics that you need to know to be able to pass a cursory inspection. So you guys can look at it, give each other pointers and stuff like that, and do like refresher courses. You're doing like cram sessions on the ship of how to rewire a circuit board and stuff like that. So that's cool. Like you guys can spend some experience points that you'll be getting from this game, like furthering in electronics or mechanics or whatever you want to look at. So that's been done. You jump into dead space, reset your coordinates again to jump to Arunasphere, which is a fixed location, so it's not going to be hard to do. So Pete the Stench is going to try to redeem himself to get that. And he's got the right coordinates. He feels much more confident in these numbers since he has an actual location to hit. And he's like, okay, we now we need to do like a regular engineering role, like I want to say like more of a mechanics role to move the hydrogen fuel safely on board from the spill tanks to the main tanks. Let's have a good mechanics role to do that.
I believe that's our man Tony.
Look at you,
This is an
Stinky
engineering.
Pete, not sending us to the void. Thank you.
How about that? So yeah, whoever wants to make a good mechanics role can go for that. Don't everybody speak at once.
I thought that was Tony's job. Tony, is that your job?
Not a mechanic. I'm either engineer or physicist, but
Yeah, he doesn't turn wrenches. He's all theoretical.
I could try, but I'm really bad at it.
Well, if it needs to get done, I can do it.
But do you have a
Alright.
0? That's what I'm saying. Do you have a 0
No,
on the scale?
I actually have positive of that.
Oh,
okay.
Little Cleo do it.
Nice.
She'll just pick up the tanks and move them.
I did not
Exactly.
roll great though. A 3, 4.
So you rolled a
Yeah,
4,
your
add
bonus?
your skill level.
Yep. So 2 and a 1 and +1, so 4.
Awesome. All right.
So so you rolled a what? A 4?
I rolled 2 dice. I got a 1 and a 2, and I
That's
have
3.
+1 on that skill.
Yeah, but
Got
your your intellect would or education would
Ah.
help you also.
Intellect
Uh,
bonus. Yeah.
That's another 1 then. Cool. So
So
5.
we got a 5. So we got a leak. We got a leak in the hydrogen. This is not good. This is totally not good. We have a failure in the hydrogen system.
I'm
it is
rolling.
leaking hydrogen
I
into
was
the area.
watching her, and I was rolling for my engineering, and I realized that right at the time she starts having a problem, I let her know, and so she can quickly repair it.
Now we're not
I
using
rolled-
engineering. We're using mechanics. We're using
No.
mechanics.
No, engineering power. Hydrogen is
Nope.
part of the power system.
No. This is turning wrenches. This is mechanics.
Who else?
Actually, if we go back to the book, it talks about repairing something. You can use engineering or mechanics.
I'm going to go no. I want mechanics. This is actual turning wrenches.
Okay, go for it.
Uh,
I'll accept your decision.
thank you.
Keep the
So
game
yeah,
going, you know.
you're welcome to make the mechanics roll. Yeah.
I've got nothing in mechanics, so mine would be a -2.
Well, I rolled a 7 with my not having mechanics, but with my bonus.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. So 7's going to contain the leak. You've lost a little bit of hydrogen. You were able to get you didn't lose enough for it to really matter. You just got enough hydrogen in that chamber to make everybody's hair stand on end for a little bit, like the hose vented, and so yeah, and so you're like you had to clamp down the seal on it. You basically slapped a bunch of Flex Seal on it and turned some wrenches to get this tight enough to not leak anymore. So yeah, that's fine. So you got this hydrogen leak under control. It is transferring back into the main tanks, and now we need you to do your engineering roll. You got to get back up to the computers in the engineering room to make the actual jump.
Ten.
10. So yeah, it's not hard to do. You got all the hydrogen and stuff that you need. Make the jump, and you are another week of training and doing stuff like that in the void of the jump space. And after another week, you are in the Runeseer system. Runeseer system. I'm having the hardest time with this word. I know, but you're in the system. Where did you guys want to land? Did you want to come out of the system? Did you want to get way out of the system and fly in, or do you want to come in pretty close to the system, to the actual planet? How far out and how far in do you want to be? I guess I should ask that before we jump, but we could say.
I thought since we had our cover story in check that we were going to go ahead and just fly into the system or go into the system.
Just go casual. But I mean, like, are we way out inside the system when we're jumping in, or are we like really close to the planet? How casual do you want this to be?
Well, we want to be safe also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty casual, I guess. Since you
Pretty,
have the cover-
pretty casual.
Casual
because-
is the way you do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bernie Madoff
All right.
this thing.
Exactly. So yeah. All right. So definitely. So you get into like the actual shipping lane area of the system. You jump in not too far from that, and are able to actually get into like the actual space traffic lanes of this system, however it's set up, and are making a flight for Arunius here. And I guess you can make some sensors rolls to kind of pick up what other ships are in system that are not on the planet.
That would be Pete.
Is that Pete or Teledrift? I thought Teledrift had sensors.
You got just sensors,
I do
Teledrift?
have sensors.
Oh, well, go for it.
Where's my dice roller? Oh, here it is. 2, 12. I got a 9.
9. Okay, so you're picking up two ships that are basically in like geosynchronous orbit around Arunius here. They're like mirroring each other around Arunius here, just doing a orbit around Arunius here. 2 small ships, which you pick up to be basically about the same kind of configuration of system of defense boats, which makes sense. You were aware of 2 system defense boats that are in the system, and then you also pick up a larger craft, a Gazelle class escort, which is patrolling the shipping lanes, and it is basically heading out towards you. It's not challenging you or anything like that, but it's patrolling the lane is basically what it's doing. So it's like you're driving down the highway and all of a sudden, like in your rearview mirror, you see a police car. You like it, and you immediately check your speed and stuff like that and see, am I right? Am I good? Okay. Am I carrying it?
We're gonna have some company very soon. Just make sure you just tell our story straight.
Fly casual.
Fly casual. So yeah. So you're picking up, and it's a Gazelle class escort. It's a fairly massive ship. Not about, I guess, 1.5 times the size of the Harrier, but it's not as fast as the Harrier. Harrier can fly circles around this thing. The Dragar. It's just heavily armored, so it's kind of a push. It's kind of like you're more maneuverable. They probably have just as good weaponry, so you're harder to hit. But the Gazelle could take more of a pounding. So you're if it comes down to a fight, it's kind of a push between your 2 ships. You're like, let's not have a problem. Is basically what we're looking at. So yeah, you're flying along the ship lanes. It does take several hours for you to get to the actual planet. So you're in just normal maneuver space. That's a good question too. Are you going full thrust 6? Are you like flooring it, or are you like cruising speed? What are we doing?
We would be doing cruising speed. As a matter of fact, we'd probably be coming in under 1G acceleration.
1G? Okay, so that's slow. That is slow. So that's going to take you almost a day to get to Arunius here then at that speed.
We're doing everything not to draw attention. We're going with the flow of freighter traffic.
Yeah, I mean, not like a 24-hour day. It's more like it's going to take you more like 8 hours to get there at thrust 1 to get actually on Arunius here. So yeah, after about like the 3rd hour of flying in, you do get hailed by the Gazelle. It's called the Ashad. And it calls itself the Imperial Escort Ashad. It asks for you to identify yourself and state your business in the system.
Go ahead, Teldra.
All right. What am I rolling again?
You can roll communications.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, and then tell them the story. You probably want to try to do some deception.
Hey, I got a 0 on that.
Not a negative.
It's
Not a negative, which is great. That's great.
All right. I rolled an 8.
8 on deception or the communications?
Communications.
Okay, so this isn't hard. You've already lied. Hailed you. You just basically answer. You pick the answer button. That's not hard. Yeah.
I'm like, hello. How are you? We're going about our business in so and so, and we've got
All right.
this. Well,
We are the ship. What? What's the name of the ship? Did we give a name of the ship? Do we have a cover? We didn't do that. Oh no.
It's the Aztec.
It's the what?
Aztec.
Oh, I swear to God, I thought I heard you say ass crack. I'm like, what?
That's what I heard too.
As soon as she says Aztec, I dive for the specialty box to change our signature. I am going to make a roll now.
Good job.
The fastest communications electronics programming you've ever seen. Oh, thank you. Do I get any, what would that be under? Intelligence or what?
Intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, I don't got nothing. Okay, I did roll a 10 on the dice.
That's still good. All right.
We are now the Aztec.
Boop, like the transponder code just went boop, and the escort's looking at you. Goes, Roger, there, Aztec. We are reading you by signature as that vessel. Can you state your purpose for this system? Over.
We're maintaining our trading route, and we received a distress signal, and we were coming to see if whatever that signal was coming from has been taken care of or offer our assistance.
Roger that. Wait one, and you hear it like click off the system as they're apparently talking to the captain. What you just said. So there's a couple of nervous moments there where you're like, was that good?
Yeah.
Did that
Just
work?
don't say everything's okay and shoot the comm panel. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah, make your deception
How are
roll on
you?
that, by the way. Yeah.
Roll high, Teledrift. Use your mental powers to make those dice dance.
I rolled a 9, a 5, and a 4.
Yeah, does
Nice.
telepathy work through a comm signal?
It works on distance, so yeah, technically it could. He could do that. It would be harder for him to do because he's not seeing who he's talking to. But yeah, technically this could be done. But he rolled a 9, which is fine. What's your intelligence bonus if you have any?
I do not have an intelligence bonus.
That's fine. So nines work. It's a fine story. It just happens to fit the circumstances.
Simple is best.
It's a perfectly reasonable story. As you're sitting there, I mean, it's a long, like the longest 3 minutes you've ever felt in your life. You're like, oh my god! You're like waiting for them, like.
I'll turn the
whole time. The whole time, Sir Alacrity is like, wait.
Yeah, I mean, because you're just like looking at the sensors, making sure it's not powering up its guns or anything like that. So you're like, what are we doing?
I'm looking at the comm. I'm like, is this thing broke? Did you turn it off?
Captain.
It is. It's like
one of them had the runs.
It's the most half-hour-y 3 minutes you've ever felt in your life. I swear to God. As I use time as an adjective. So you're waiting, and then all of a sudden it clicks back on. And says, "Roger that, Aztec. We have you in the route. Please proceed to Arinsir Lopart and land at station B5."
Roger.
You sank my aircraft carrier.
So yeah, they've given you like a destination to land on Inverness here. Please be advised there will be a cursory inspection when you land on the planet.
Roger. Take care.
And it sounds like a little awkward. He's like, "You too, sir." As they go off the com.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
Bless your heart. Have a nice patrol.
Exactly. You too. He wasn't quite sure what to say.
I turned to feel like when you ever
It's like that awkward, like you forget who you're. Like it's that awkward. You were just talking to your spouse. You switch calls. At the end of that professional call, you say, "Okay, I love you."
I love you. What?
And
It is. It's just that.
love you.
awkward.
No. What?
Oh,
Love you too. Oh.
this right here made the game. If we do nothing else, this is it right here. This special moment I've had with Teledrift right here. This is beautiful. Thank you, Pedro.
Using intership comm, I tell my team, okay, we're in and we're going to be landing at B5 at the starport.
We're in the pipe. All right, excellent. So we're going to be
Is there
landing.
anything?
Or at the downport. And
Is
they're
there-
probably pulling up maps of the downport.
Yeah.
So as
Laying
we're
all out on the
landing,
table.
like, do we need special IDs? Like, do we need to flip our IDs?
Yeah, we do.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
right now you're traders, so I imagine you have like trading IDs already.
Correct.
Your speculative traders, and you do have like everyday kind of cargo. Like some food stuff, some electronics, and stuff like that.
And we had 2 weeks to learn our backstories and everything also.
Exactly. I could just see like Jane says, so I learned I do we tried the cortical stimulators. And then, I just see Boris doing that. we attempted to use the cortical stimulators, but
I got 4 people who's going to deceive my way on for me. So I'm not worried about it. It's called, we know a guy. He can fix that.
Exactly. But yeah, you guys that have like the ID for like speculative traders, and you've got legitimate cargo. Nothing that's gonna raise eyebrows or anything like that. Like foodstuffs, basic electronics, that kind of a deal. That it's not going to make you a shit pot full of money, but you're like selling it on a low tech world like this could get you a good sum, enough to keep going anyway. So yeah, it's completely legitimate looking. So they takes you another like I want to say 4 hours to get to Runis here, and then you're in orbit, and you're close enough, or actually you're close enough in orbit to get a really good scan of the other 2 system defense boats. So if you want to do sensors again, Teledrift, what you can do is you can use passive sensors to gain as much knowledge as you can off of the scan without like actively pinging them. You don't want to just go, "Hey, what are you doing?" But you want to use your ship's cameras and computers and stuff like that to be able to go, well, it's this kind of a system defense mode.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, make your sensors roll.
Right. And I rolled a 7.
7. So you're looking at them, and it's not. You didn't do a great roll, but you did okay. So the information you're getting on it is a little sketchy. You didn't get the best scans, but again, you're trying not to go active. Active sensors. So you couldn't like apply like the ship's modifiers to the roll. So basically, what you are looking at is odd when you're looking at the two system defense boats, because they don't look like any standard system defense boat that you're normally see. They are gunboats, sort of. What a system defense boat is basically a gunship that can't jump. They have no jump drive. It's just maneuver drives. They're meant to patrol an area and provide an escort until that ship jumps, and then they go back to the system and go back to the planet or whatever, and escort the next ship out. That's all the system defense boats do. They have no jump drives. It's just a maneuver drive ship with guns. Is basically what this thing is. And there's two of them, and you're looking at them, and they don't come across like any of the standard profiles for system defense boats that you have like in your database on the computers on the ship. So it's looking a little odd. You're looking at the profiles, and you're like, I can't match these with any known system defense boat. No configuration. It's not making sense.
I'll pass on that information over the comms, Lesser Alacrity and Captain.
Okay.
Like, these ships, this gunship, I'm not recognizing anything. They're not in our system at all.
Yeah. Anybody else wanting to have a further look at them and try to apply?
Yeah, I'll use my sensors.
Okay. Use your sensors and stuff like that. Yeah.
13.
13. So yeah, you're looking at it and you're like, well, that makes sense. It's not following any profiles. What it is they're a hybrid ship. It's basically a kit bash kind of a ship, and you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, this thing. You're wondering how it flies. It's basically a mix of like tech level 6 technology from the planet matched with like tech level 12 engines. It's like they're like egg-shaped looking vessels.
What's the weaponry like?
The weaponry is fairly standard, not what you were expecting them to be from a system defense boat.
So how do they compare to the 3 ships that we have?
Basically, they both have like the equivalent of like low-powered laser turrets on the ship. They have 2 laser turrets on each ship, but they're a little lower powered than what you're used to seeing.
And we also have more maneuverability, I would assume.
You have way more maneuverability than they do, but there are 2 of them. So, maneuvering around 2 of them would be a bit of a trick.
We have friends. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have friends. Absolutely. You're looking at the engines and you're like, those are thrust 3 engines. Those aren't your normal thrust 6 system defense boat engines. Those are thrust 3. So you're like twice as fast as these ships are in normal space. Have much more maneuverability. These things are basically again like capsules with engines and guns strapped on, and you're looking at it and you're like a good hit like here would pop this thing like an eggshell. They're relative. They look imposing with the guns and stuff on them, but they have obvious structural weak points.
All right.
So yeah, that is some good information that you guys have gleaned from the scans. That is.
Now, how many ships did we think were supposed to be here? I thought there was 3 of them.
Yeah, there are 3. You passed the Gazelle class escort on the way in.
Oh, okay. So
and then the system defense boats are here. Now you are picking up transponders of several other ships on Starport. Give me just a second as I pull that open for you. Because you can do that on a passive scan too. There, Teldra, if you want to scan the low port. Telder, if you want to make the roll as we scan the low port there.
Of course
pick
I
up
do.
pick up what ships are there.
Let's see. And I have rolled an 11.
An 11. Okay. So yeah, you do see the Martin II treasure ship. It is there on a pad at the edge of the starport, the very edge of the starport. It's all like basically cordoned off, and like the whole place says "keep away" kind of thing. Obviously landed badly on the ship on the tarmac. The stern is supported by some grab platforms, and the impact looks like it cracked that granite pad that it's on. There's like some major cracks around on the landing pad where around it. You're like that thing didn't so much wreck as stopped really really hard on the pavement.
It will drop.
Exactly. It stopped super duper hard. There is a far trader there on the ship on the low port. Its transponder is reading as the Fafnir. There is an Imperial Scout Service ship called the Whistle Stop. There is another far trader there called the Hopeful Wanderer. And then that's basically what you see, other than the system defense ships that are orbiting the planet. The system defense boats, we'll call them Tiger and Lion. That's the names of these two system defense boats, the little eggs with guns on them. The Tiger and the Lion.
Hey, Teledrift, are we getting any strange readings off of the ships on the ground?
I forgot the names of the boat. I'm not sure about any reading.
So you rolled an 11, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a really good scan on them, and when you read the Far Trader, Hopeful Wanderer, its transponder signal isn't 100%. There's something not quite right about it. And as you're talking about the ship, the Hopeful Wanderer, Sir Lacrity, you recognize the name of that ship, the Hopeful Wanderer.
I do.
You do. You have an old friend from your days named Newmar, who operated a far trader like this, and it was one of her aliases on the ship. Like one of her various transponder codes was called the Hopeful Wanderer.
Dumar, D-U-M-A-R?
Yeah, Dumar.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is my relationship with Captain Dumar?
She was on. She played an integral part of that last mission that you were on. That last jaywalking mission that you were on, that you got caught on.
Oh, so she did her job.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then she's friend.
Or does she think you did your job?
What happened to me actually had nothing to do with her, so that
Yeah.
her piece was already completed.
Yeah.
Well then.
She had nothing to do with my jaywalking.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be the romantic thread coming in, past loves.
Could be. Did you have something with her? Did you?
I think about jaywalking as kind of a group activity, but you know.
Wow.
I was looking around. Are we still talking about jaywalking?
So poly jaywalking?
I don't think
God,
we're
I hope
talking
so. Because where my brain went, that also wasn't a group activity. But well, I guess it could be. I mean, like if that's.
It's all about
I'm not here to judge.
So Matthew, where's the ship? Is it already on the ground or is it coming in?
it's on the port. It's on the low port.
Okay.
These are all these ships are on the low port. There is the Hopeful Wanderer, the Imperial Scout Service ship. So it is an Imperial ship, but it's a scout ship. I mean, come on, it's a mail carrier. the whistle stop. The Far Trader Fafnir, and then of course the Martin II, the treasure ship.
I'll go over the cons and I'll say, Sir Lackery,
Boris.
Boris. Excuse me.
This mission.
Is it possible
Sorry.
that this Hope the Wanderer is under contract like certain other individuals we have come across?
Oh, you never turn down a good opportunity.
That is highly likely.
And if you want, I could send a ping to the port officials and have them delay approval of Hope the Wanderer while we take care of our business.
That could possibly work, but I want to make
Find out who she's working for.
an intelligence streetwise roll. I think I want to do.
Gotcha.
In the sense of me knowing Dumar,
Yeah.
what's the probability of her being involved in the treasure ship or just happy coincidence?
Yeah.
There are no coincidences
Oh,
in
thank
travel.
you. Thank you for saying that.
All right, I got an 11.
Yeah.
Modified.
This is like the coincidence of all coincidences, or she's here for a reason. Yeah.
Do I
Yeah.
think she would have? Do I think she would have worked with Iron Tooth?
She would work for whoever's bankrolling her. So yeah. I mean,
Okay.
could be. Yeah.
Now, do I think Iron Tooth would have hired someone for this, like that?
Iron Tooth is very ham-fisted. He will smash whatever tool he needs to make work. So yeah.
No, this is a finesse. All right, so we got a third team on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Dumar's here, we got a third team on the ground. So not only are we up against Iron Tooth, we're up against someone else, and then whatever the Imperials have, whatever that is.
Well, depending on, it looks like you ended up pretty well with her. That treasure ship has enough stuff on there for both our ships, probably.
Oh, it's got more than enough cargo. For
That's what I'm
both the
saying.
ships. Yeah.
But the thing is if she's already contracted to do something else, we are now rivals.
Yeah, but
Honor demands it.
Yeah.
It may not just be the stealing of whatever treasure is on there. There may be other goals.
It's a lot,
Oh my God, we have a Wookiee.
lot of supposition.
Hey, the odds just
A
went
lot
your
of supposition at this point. Yeah, exactly. There's more people in the pot. This
yeah,
can only
Boris
go
has to
well.
have dinner with her.
I'm not even going to let her know I'm here.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I mean, you guys do have to land on the low port and go through the starport, so chances are you might bump into her. It's not a big starport.
I know that. I'll have that contingency when I need it.
I got it. Okay. So yeah. So you do land on the low port in B5 where they ask you to go, and as you land, that is the last landing pad that's open. There's like, anybody else here, they're going to have to get turned away, or they're going to have to go to your ships and go, okay, you got to go. You've been here long enough. You need to go. So we've got a full starport.
Yeah, let's stay here.
When you land. So you guys go ahead and get set up and having the inspection crew comes in first, comes up first. They are knocking on the hall, and you're looking at them, and they're like, just simple tech crew looking guys wearing coveralls. And they don't even have like scanners or anything. It's it's a tech level 6 planet. They got like clipboards and pens. And they're here. They're looking. They're like, so we're here to inspect the ship.
Come on in.
So they're looking over the ship, and they're checking everything out and stuff like that. And
I have a question. To bribe them to go away, is that persuade, deception, or streetwise?
That is a good question. I have to look at the skill list. It depends on how you're wanting to do it. I think the skills kind of like what Rick was saying earlier. They are meant to be interchangeable. That is an excellent question. How are you wanting to bribe them? Are you wanting to bribe them in a deception fashion, or are you like looking at them to see if they could be bribed using streetwise?
All right, so let's do streetwise and see if they can be bribed. That's actually a good approach.
Okay.
I got a 12.
12. Yeah. So I mean, they're wearing, their suits aren't like new or anything. You can still tell by the scuff marks on their shoes that they aren't, like in the height of fashion or anything like that. They don't look like they have money. They're here. They're baggage.
They're Walmart
checked,
shoppers.
Exactly. They're Walmart greeters, basically, is what they are. The shoes are scuffed. Their uniform's a little worn. They look like they could use a few extra credits in their pocket. Yeah, sure.
All right, so now we'll do a persuade roll, and as I'm like, oh, you guys, you're working hard, Wouldn't you like to be able to do something nice and and just lead up to it? To which I got an 8, so that's a 10. And that's persuade to see what they would want to go away.
Oh, and they're
keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, and they're looking at they're looking around and they got their clip pads out, and it's 3 people.
And this is all happening on the ship, so it's not being seen.
Got it. So this is like in the cargo hold, like the main cargo hold. Like the ramp comes down, and you're in the cargo hold. So they're basically, you're doing this while they're kind of like scanning over your legit cargo. They're like, okay, you got slinkies and speaking spells and okay, and they're going through the stuff, and you're looking at it and they're going. He goes, I could use one of those fancy tablets. I'm tired of these tablets, all of these clipboards all the time. I could use one of those fancy tablets.
So, with Rick's help, I just gently take their tablets, pull out nice tablets,
pull out the clipboards.
So we'll get a computer roll from them, but I'll take the nice tablets and make it look like they haven't had an upgrade.
Yeah.
So that they still look what they were using, so they don't stand out.
I rolled a 13 for that.
Okay. So basically, like I said, they've got the clipboards, like literal paper, and with clipboards and stuff like that. And you basically like inserted a tablet under the clip. Is what you've done.
With a 12 on the dice, so actually, if I'm doing a deception there, that's a 14.
Nice. So
because this is what I do.
Exactly. So no, this isn't like a Kindle Fire. This is an iPad. This isn't like Kindle. No. This is an iPad. You got internet on this planet? That's a really legitimate question.
I was going to say, somebody would use it. Or they're just like, oh, look what I got.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
You got to buy a drink first.
What's a Wi-Fi? They probably have internet at the starport. Let's say they have internet at the starport. It's like at the airport, you've got internet, but on the planet, nah. So they're looking at these and they're going, "Oh wow, that looks really good. Yeah, you're good." And
give him some Twinkies, have him sit down, shoot the shit, whatever
it
takes for an inspection. Whatever it takes for an inspection, she goes out. They go out the door at appropriate time.
I was like sitting there tapping her foot while we're giving them.
Watching those Twinkies go out the door. What? Wait, what?
Hey, look! If you're all distracted, I can snack, and I can start hinting for the captain snacks. Subtly.
Yeah, they get back to the ship. Where's all my cheesy noodles? I don't know.
I have no idea, but on a side note, we're out of cheesy doodles. Just want to let everyone know that. I happened somehow. I don't know, airlock accident.
She's rubbing her hands with the orange fingers and it's getting on her face. Oh, that's awkward. But, nice. So, so yeah, you're so now you're legit. You're clear. They actually have like a rubber stamp on their clip pad that they stamp on their clipboard. Passed.
And I literally look at it and go, "Oh, that's novel."
I want one of those. That's kind of neat. rubber ink pad.
Or I can probably tie a string to that clipboard to keep you from losing your pen.
They're like, oh, really? I got a magnetic pen that clicks through your board. Sorcery.
Burn her. She's a witch.
Sorcery.
Quick, give them a box of NASA pens so they can write underwater too.
Ooh, can write upside down. Ooh.
And in 0G, yay!
Sorcery. So you're on the landing pad, and the whole landing pad again it funnels through the starport, which is basically customs. It's the customs / bar / air mall, the sky mall, you know, of the starport here. So basically, you go through customs. They check your IDs and all that good stuff. You're not bringing your equipment out yet, right? You're just kind of going through and checking in.
Gotta get hired first.
Yeah. So you're going in with your IDs that you got printed at your trader, you know, your normal trader IDs. So that's fine. That will let me do some cursory rolls for examination on them, and of course they look fine. And,
just looking around. What's the presence of weapons? Is there like random guards?
Good question. Let me look at the law level. Let me look at the law level for Arenas here. That is an excellent question. Excellent question.
I think if you just zoom in on Renaissir, it comes up.
That's what I'm doing. But my computer wants to be extremely slow at the moment. It is law level. Is it the last one that's the law level?
Yeah.
Second to last.
It's 6. It's 6, which is no, that's tech level. It's 6. The last one is tech level, so it's 6.
Right.
0, no law. There's no.
Oh, so it's good without in here. Oh, well then.
Anything goes.
Wow, this is my kind of planet.
Oh.
No
I'm carrying a machine gun then.
You completely can. If you completely. Nobody even looks twice at it, because everybody else is armed to teeth as well. Everybody is at least carrying a sidearm.
So basically, the inspection aboard our ship is it for them to get something from us in the first place.
Probably, yeah.
Two guys show up. Hey, we're supposed to inspect your ship.
Exactly. They bring back the iPads to their nieces and nephews. Here, I got one of these from the spacers again.
It fell off the back of a truck.
It's got Candy Crush and Angry Birds on it.
There you go. Indeed. So God, oh my God, I forgot it's law level 0. So yeah, basically anything goes. It's Wild West out here. Everybody's at least carrying the sidearm. Nobody even looks twice at your machine gun, little Cleo.
Okay, given that we would have known that, we're basically are trying to be at a level considered normal for the planet, I would assume.
So everybody's at least carrying a sidearm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm carrying a Gauss rifle.
Yeah, have a gun or you're definitely not from around here.
That's the only weapon I have on my character sheet.
I mean,
I have a body
locker.
I have a body pistol that's been Klingoned.
Yeah, don't forget the ship's locker. There is a ship's locker where you can pull weapons from.
Yeah,
like
I have a body pistol that's been Klingoned, but I also have my Gauss pistol and my blade, or my cutlass, I should say.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got the breakdown A body pistol? Those are great.
Yeah.
I love them.
Okay.
So is it like made out of bone and looks like your straight razor or something?
Basically.
Yeah. Got it.
I know a guy.
All right. So you're going through the IDs and stuff like that, and then you're basically going through this very small, like mall-like complex, where you look over here. There's like the Spacers bar over here on the other on one side. Called it's a Runaseer Downport, a Spacers bar. There's a little like local, I guess Jack in the Box or what have you. Fast food kind of a place. Of course, there's an Applebee's because we're in Traveler, and always remember William, Bill. There's always an Applebee's in every spaceport we go to. So there's that, and like few little local clothes shops and stuff in there. Like their version of the Gap or what have you, and again like the Spacious Bar, stuff like that. And then there is some offices set up for like more administrative, like government kind of stuff, and you are seeing a couple of guys actually around those government offices. There's two people in battle dress, like on either side of a door in like the administrative wing of those of like the offices. There's like one on each side of a door in a full Imperial battle dress, and you're looking at that going, oh my god, that's amazing. So that definitely draws your attention, and you're trying not to make it obvious that you're looking at them, because you're basically just like staring down the throat of two tanks that can walk.
Actually, once we get over the shock and awe of that, the first thing I'm going to look for once we're through the gauntlet of all this officialdom is the job board.
The job board. So yeah, there is the job board. Yeah. So that's like on like a screen. It's coming across digital screen. You're looking at it. It's like the little lights. And you're looking at it, you're like, there's no hologram. How's this? How does this change? Like somebody goes and actually programs it in at the board. You're looking at it and you're like, wow. Like those light boards that kind of that scroll across. You're looking at it and you're like, whoa. And so yeah, you're looking at the different jobs that are being offered. Yeah, and you are definitely coming across like the what looks like the requests from the Martin II. They are hiring engineers, electronics experts, mechanics. They are hiring security personnel. They are hiring. Let me go back through the crew list of the people who died. They are looking for an extra astrogator, an assistant astrogator, basically night shift astrogator, and
Third watch.
Yeah, basically, and that's it. Yeah, electronics guys, engineers, mechanics, and an assistant astrogator.
And you said security.
And security. They are looking for security.
I think I found my niche.
Security.
Yeah. And they give you like the qualifications on it, and they're like must be proficient with energy weapons and projectile weapons. Must be able to use and perform an armored vac suit, not battle dress. Be able to use and perform an armored vac suit. It's different stuff. Must be able to lift 100 pounds. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
I got it all, man. That's fitting me.
So basically, one of the positions is in their Space Marine unit.
No.
Not in the Space Marine unit. It would have definitely would have asked for it would have requisitioned a Marine. This is more like security, maybe like security for like the officers, the naval officers on the ship, maybe.
Okay.
All right, so little Cleo and Boris is going in security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
And
And there.
the required skills that were listed, use your highest one and make a die roll modified by what? What stat?
So like for them, they would want to do like a simple gunnery check, so like you would know how to break down a weapon in front of them, put it back together again, and stuff like that.
Oh, that's no problem.
Yeah.
I got a 10 modified.
Got it. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do the actual interviews and stuff first, or do we want to go through the spaceport bar and see who's around, or what?
Are you
Well, I'm going to keep that 10, but yeah, I do want to do all that preliminary too. But I didn't know what. I want to put my name in the hat as soon as I can via the job board. And since it's not really interactive, and I don't really want to like put my resume in an envelope, a paper resume in a paper envelope, and put a stamp on it and send it across the starport.
Yeah,
I'm doing whatever it takes to get that interview set up.
Yeah,
and then I got a 10.
I'm gonna jump on that as well.
Okay, so you're applying. Anybody else that wants to apply for like engineer jobs or something like that?
I'm applying for the engineer job. I rolled a 12.
I heard there was an astrogator job, so I will absolutely apply for that.
Okay.
Now, Matt, do we need to be able to answer questions like where do we want to be in 5 years and what our greatest weaknesses are?
We'll do all that stuff. We'll definitely. We will do all that stuff. Absolutely. Where you want to see receive something 5 years, your job.
All right. Caution got a 12 on electronics.
Nice. So you can pull wires with the best of them. Good job. Yeah. So everybody's looking good. I'm not sure what Pedro was. Pedro basically staying on the ship and keeping eyes in the bar. Or what, he was.
Yeah, I'm still on the ship, keeping eyes on the ship.
So
everybody in communication.
Yeah,
all
he's Overwatch.
Got it. So like you're there with like Fat Florian and probably like Cat Killer Steve, and Stinky Pete Stench, back on the ship doing their thing, and just basically
Stinky Pete to go patrol around the ship.
Go outside. You need to go outside. You just need to go outside.
Wash the exhaust pipe, dude.
I'm always washing the shit.
Me a bottle of elbow grease.
Anything to get some water on him is basically what we're trying to do.
In the car.
Nice. All right. So yeah, he's like, I'm always on wash detail. What the hell? It's the only time you get wet, you bastard.
Not saying these things are connected, but these things are totally connected, Stinky Pete.
So we call you Stinky Pete, damn it. So
it's not ironic at all.
No. That's what I love. That's what I love about it, because most of us go to cons and we always know that one person that comes to the table and you're like, I mean, can I sit in this chair over here? Look in this chair. But anyway, so you're putting in your applications and stuff like that, and we can get to the actual qualifications rounds and stuff like that later on. That's fine. But yeah, you put in your applications. They're definitely being reviewed, so it's going to take a little while. So you got some time to relax in the bar and get to know what's about and see what's going on. So you go into the Spacers bar. It is not even a cool name or anything like that. It's literally a Renaissance Downport bar, and you're like, wow, that's original. Exactly, sucks. So you're looking around, and there is you see like a bunch of people sitting around the bar. There, it is fairly full. It's about, I want to say, like 3/4 full it is fairly busy. Things are going. They're having a good time. There's music playing, some kind of weird, twangy kind of a music, which you're not really sure what it is, but it sounds okay. but
Just tell the world you hate country and move on. All right.
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
But is it? Is it really?
No. So you're looking
Sorry,
in then like
sorry.
in one booth in the corner, trying to basically just kind of have like a dinner by themselves. It looks like, for all intents and purposes, looks like a couple, a male human and a female human. They definitely look like they are together and having a quiet dinner and a couple drinks here there. Let's make it like 4, so it's like it would be an early dinner for them. So like 4 in the afternoon. So like it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, they look to be, and they're not senior citizen age, but they look to be maybe in their 50s.
No.
So something like that. So definitely early dinner. There is a rather eccentric old fella at the bar, trying to dance offbeat to the music, and he's like dancing around, behind a stool, having a beer up in the air, just kind of woo, kind of crazy stuff like that. And there's this robot that's right beside him, like an anthropomorphic robot. That looks that has like a human appearance, that's like clapping off beat. So instead of, it's more like.
Well, if
That's
you dance
who I
that
wanna
bad,
party with.
he had to build himself his own dance friend. He's that bad a dancer. That's
Exactly.
fantastic.
So the robot's like
He
dancing.
does have a friend, at least.
Yeah, he's clapping off beat to him, and it's a fairly advanced looking robot. It's older robot, but it's fairly advanced looking. It has a humanoid appearance, but metal skin. Then there are some guys that are here in Navy uniforms, so you assume they to be crew the Martin II. There are a couple people here in like some Navy uniforms that are at a table. There's like 2 guys that are drinking and telling jokes and swapping lies and stuff like that, like military people do. And they're wearing Navy uniforms, like the whole coverall kind of a deal. And so they're sitting there, and then at the end of the bar is your friend. Boris, Dumar. She sees you when you come in, her eyes light up, and she immediately looks down at her drink, like to not give away that to the rest of the group that she saw you.
Awesome. I hate
Yeah. Yeah.
So is this the Hallmark moment?
Oh yeah, totally.
Like her eyes lit up when she saw you walk in, and then she looks around the room real quick, and she's like, "Nope, nobody saw that, right?" And she looks back down at her drink. Exactly.
Okay, so this is going to take a little bit, but eventually work my way over to her. Perhaps even buy her a drink, as if I'm like cozying up to her.
Nice.
And I hate you, Matthew.
Well, to help James a little bit, I'm going to head over and talk to the guy in the robot.
Okay.
Hey,
You
wanna
you
go
have
try to
experience
pick up some
RPing
money?
these moments.
Come on, let's go pick up some Navy officers. Come on, Ev.
I do not want to relive the one I RP'd with you. Okay, I just know. The fact that I had to
That
take a
makes for some
13-year-old
good
kid
anonymous one night
for
fun.
tips.
Nice.
Come on, little Cleo. You can come with me now. Let's go pick up some Navy officers.
Oh wow.
Not literally pick them up, but like we're actually
Little Cleo's gonna be your wingman. What's Ev doing?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
Is Ev going in for to kill too, or what's Ev
Elle's
doing?
going in.
She's perusing the menu.
I was
She was invited.
Yeah, it's happy
I was
hour. So
invited.
everything's only $2.
Nice. It is happy hour. Yeah, you're
I will
right.
talk to a lot of
Take
people
advantage
if there
of it.
are appetizers involved. Yeah,
That's right.
My
Mhm.
God.
absolutely.
All I got to do is get some wings around here.
Nice. Nice.
Did you say we were in Applebee's? I think there's an ex-Navy pilot sitting over there with a bunch of tacos.
Oh my God. Who has fantastic hair? by the
Yes,
way.
fantastic hair.
He does have
That's where Alan
fantastic
is.
hair. His hair is fucking gorgeous. I will admit.
And no D&D until after the heist, Tony.
That's a different character.
So let's play it out scene by scene. I think we should leave Tony's. We should leave Boris's last. Let's play it out
Okay.
scene by scene. So do we want to do Rick's interaction with the cranky old guy, crusty old guy, or
Sure.
do we want to do the wingman scene?
Oh, let's do the robot, and then they can build up their what lines they're going to use.
That sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, you're talking to the one guy's dancing, and he is half cranked, man. He is going to town. He's like dancing some crazy little dance, to the music. He's actually keeping to the music. The robot is off on the music, and but he's like dancing and sloshing this this beer around in his mug, and it's like spilling out onto the floor. But he's having a big old time, and the robot's just clapping his hands.
Do I recognize the robot model or make?
Yeah, I mean it's a fairly standard make.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely make it out. It's nothing fancy. It is an older model, but it's basically like a it's more like a utility sort of like robot, sent kind of like half companion, half utility.
Okay. All right. I go over there.
Say
It
I'm
says-
making a protocol droid without saying I'm making a protocol droid.
All right.
But
I walk over towards him and says, "Hey, good afternoon. Looks like a lively place here. How y'all doing today?"
oh, I'm having a great time. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good.
He says, get my friend over here around, and the bartender back there. There's a big burly kind of a female bartender who's probably about as wide as she is tall. She's about 5 feet high, about 5 feet wide, about 4 feet wide. Just kind of lumping around throughout the bar and like pouring down drinks and loping down the bar and sliding you a beer. And you're looking at the beer and you're like, do I drink this? What do I do? What do I do with this?
I take a sip.
Okay, you said, and it's very hoppy. It's obviously an IPA, and you're looking at it and you're like, oh. 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 You're like, oh.
Yeah, I just got in. Are you native here or are you traveling through?
Oh, no, I'm a scout. He's like, I'm the best scout in the universe right now. And he's dancing around.
Are you on the Imperial scout ship out there?
Yeah, that's my ship, the whistle stop.
Yeah, when you're heading out.
Oh, we'll be heading out here in a couple hours. We got to do another run of messages for the Martin out there. I've been relaying all the messages to the other systems for its assistance here. That's my job. He says, and he's like beaming with pride. He's like, I am the relay courier between the Martin II and the outlying
universe.
system. Exactly. He is there.
Any other Imperial ships out about?
He goes, oh, there's an escort out there that I see when I come out of system. I think 2 other escorts are coming in a day or 2.
Okay, that's good to know. Always good to make sure we're safe, from bandits and such.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little droid you got here.
Oh, yeah, this is my droid Bucket.
Hey, Bucket. You like working with this guy?
Bucket looks up at you, and from clapping up, he's all right, and he just keeps clapping.
I want Bucket to join my crew.
Okay.
Bucket's just.
I tried to elicit more information from him.
Sure.
Let me see. Yeah, I rolled an 8 on Persuade just to see any more information about. Sorry, what?
Information.
Just see any more information about potential Imperial fleets.
Okay. Basically, he tells you that he is relaying messages. It's his job to relay messages between here and Fist, where there's the closest naval base, and he is relaying all the messages back there and keeping the Martin II updated on Imperial traffic and stuff in the system, and efforts being made to repair the ship.
Oh, okay. So that's about 3 jumps away then.
Yeah. So yeah, he is a busy boy. So yeah, he is getting ready to leave off here with some more messages to go to Fist and to bring back some more information from Fist. He says, hopefully when this ship gets ready to leave at the end of the week, it can continue on its route.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the beer. Here, I gotta go talk to one of my friends, but we buy you a beer too. So I put some credits down for the bartender.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'll have another drink and then I gotta go. Right, Bucket? Bucket's right. Yeah, we gotta go.
Drunken scout pilot. I love it.
Exactly. He's like, yeah, I mean, there's something not quite right with the vocal thing on Bucket.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bucket definitely needs a tune-up.
I asked you, do you want me to look at your robot?
He goes, he goes, you know much about robots?
Yeah, I picked it up here and there at school stuff.
I mean, I'd be grateful to you, but we're going to be leaving here soon.
I can give you a quick checkup and see if anything I can do.
Sure. So yeah, you can make your I
have cybernetics.
Oh, cybernetics, even better. So yeah, you can make that roll, and then we're going to go ahead and slide into the wingman, Captain Hashner and her wing people.
Yeah, roll a 7.
Nice. All right. Being an older droid is going to be that will hit the target number that you need, so that's fine.
Okay.
We'll relay what we need to do here in a little bit. So Captain Hashner and the wing people.
Yes.
Nice. So you're coming up to these people, these two Navy guys, 3 girls, coming up on 2 Navy boys. They're hopelessly outnumbered. Two guys. They've got the strips on their uniforms. Like their IDs. Got the last names on them. One says O'Leary, and one says Ilin. Starts with an I. Ilin. ILIN. So O'Leary and Ilin. O'Leary is, of course, red haired. Has the littlest bit of peach fuzz on his chin and lip. Looks like he's trying to grow a goatee. He's probably all of 19. just adorable. And Ilin is a more of a kind of a conservative gentleman, but he is drinking with O'Leary, having a good time. He's not as wild and rambunctious as O'Leary is. He's dark haired, has like some fairly magnificent sideburns going down the sides of his face. Dark haired, more not as fair complected as O'Leary is, a little darker skin tone. But he is enjoying the beer and watching the company and like looking at people. And of course, when you guys come up to the table, you literally see like Ilin kind of like kick O'Leary under the table and then nod nod in your direction as you guys are coming up, and Illyri's like, "Oh, hey, ladies, how you doing?"
Much better
Oh,
now.
I whisper to the captain as subtly as I can. Oh, looking at that red-headed one. Oh, that one looks good and stupid.
You got this, girl.
And turn on the smile,
Yeah,
Oh, hey, how about
exactly.
yourself?
Oh, we're doing great. We're doing great. Enjoying some downtime on this backwater. You're not from around here, are you? You don't look like you're from the ship.
Yes, that's correct. Just got in.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah.
Great. And they're like, grab some seats, grab some seats, sugars. They say sugars. They say sugar. Go grab some seats, sugars. And you're like,
It's hard.
yeah, you see some eyebrows, like your eyebrows, where he's like, wow, really? Okay.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Exactly. Sugar and
I smile with the anticipation of perhaps some free drinks and stringing them along, and in fact, you grab a seat and sit right down. Yeah, we're having a bit of a layover.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. We're with that big ship out there, and he's like, yeah, that's our ship. The Martin 2 over there. That's our ship.
Oh wow! I'm gonna look so.
I don't know if you know, but he kind of sticks. We're Navy, and he kind of he puts his thumbs in his uniform. We're Navy.
Wow, is that an officer rank that I see there?
O'Leary's looking. He goes, no, I'm ensign right now, but I'm going to be lieutenant junior grade next term.
Wow. You totally could just said that you're an officer.
He's not lying. You don't want to lie. but
Actually, if he's an ensign, he is an officer. But we're
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he is an officer. But yeah. He says, "Bob, yeah, I'm just."
But he's staring at a hard body with boobs. He's, that all that training went away.
all the blood has left his brain.
Yeah, there's a reason it's called butter bars when you're that rank.
Exactly. So, but he nods into he nods at Ilan across the table. He goes, "Now, Ilan, he's a Louis." But he's one of the best damn Louis in the fleet, isn't that right, Ilan? And Ilan's like, yeah. He's just like chuckling. He's like, he doesn't care. He's having a good time.
I want to sit down a little too close to Ilan.
Okay.
Just a little too close.
kind of brush up against Ilan a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right, and Ilan's like noticing that you're there. He's like, oh hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm thirsty. I'm really thirsty.
He says, we got that taken care of, and he whistles up, and he's like, yo, barkeep. He goes, he's going down there, and of course that the roly poly kind of girl is coming around the bar, and she's bringing like a tray of beers and setting them down at the table. And so everybody can have it. Everybody has a brew in front of them, and Illyri's like, and Illyri like brings his bottles out, and he goes to the fleet, and and Ilan brings his bottle out to clink bottles. Do you guys do the same?
Sure.
Fleet.
I'll play along.
To the fleet, to the fleet, and he just
to the
down
fleet.
He chugs down the whole bottle, and he's bop, and he's like. He goes, and just as vulgar as can be, he's like, I gotta take a piss. And he gets up, and Larry gets up from the chair, almost knocks you over, Ev, as he's going towards the bathroom. And Ellen's like looking at you guys. He goes, I'm sorry. He's new.
He's young.
He certainly comes off that way, but he seems to be enjoying himself.
Yeah,
it's not the worst behavior I've seen.
It's what you do in the Navy. You go and get out and see new places and meet new people, and he's definitely experiencing all that, and meanwhile Ilan like puts his hand over the other side of your shoulder there, Hashna, and he says, so where are you from, hun?
Everywhere.
So,
But I think it's more important of where I'm going. So not where I'm
he says, don't you have a ship? You got a ship, right?
Yeah. We just got
He's
off
a
the
little
Aztec.
he's a little buzzed, but not impaired.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just got off the Aztec over there.
Oh, the Aztec. Yeah, like he knows what the hell that is. But he goes, okay, all right. He goes, yeah. So you looking for? Are you shoving off that ship? Are you looking for another place? What are we looking? What are you doing?
Well, we actually came in because we got a call that there were jobs here. So we came in to apply to work on the big ship over there. Your ship.
Oh, wow. So yeah, he goes, yeah. Do you know how to wire up a DX44 processor?
Is that something I would know how to do?
Well, you make your electronics roll.
All right. Oh crap! Yeah, that'd be a 12.
Yeah. So you know the whole DX series line. You know all about them, and you tell me like, well, that one works pretty good, but you got to watch out for that one port on the end because it's always a little janky.
Not as good as a GTX 1070 though.
Exactly. That's a solid system. Exactly. So he's impressed, and he's like, well, little lady, he says, maybe I can help you get on board the Martin there. I might be able to help you out with that.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Oh, he said, are all of you looking to be on the ship? He's like looking at the whole. Yeah, he's again a little buzzed, but not quite impaired.
No.
He's like, all of you need
I
to be on?
smile again. Yeah, my specialty is astrogation, actually, and I saw that came across the boards as something y'all are looking for. So,
He's
Yeah,
like,
I'd say that all of us are very skilled.
all of you are skilled. All right, that's great. Where'd all the pretzels go? And he looks at the bowl. The bowl's empty. He said, where'd all the pretzels? Get some more pretzels over here. Oh, we have some pretzels.
what can I? Oops, sorry. Always hungry.
No, that's problem.
For all kinds of new experiences.
we can get some more for you. That's not a problem, sweetie. He lays down and gets some more pretzels for you. Get some more pretzels for this woman. It's like he literally looks away from the bowl, looking like it, and it's gone.
She just like poured it into her slide bag.
No,
He wasn't eating them fast enough. It's
He was not
fine.
eating the fastest. It's his own fault. That's they were sitting there. They're there for everybody, right? They're there for everybody. I didn't see his name on it. Indeed.
You did not order those. They were just at the bar.
So that conversation is going very, very well. That's moving along just the lines that you need it to. So we'll head back to Rick real quick. So yeah, you're able to check it out. Like it definitely needs an overhaul of the systems. All the processors on the robot there isn't actuating the motors on the system on the frame right. That's why it's like beating. It's clapping off beat. The processors need it. It just needs a good sync.
How long would it take me to work on it?
It would take about an hour. You can do it from your pad. Just basically run a diagnostic.
Okay, I'll go ahead and help the guy out.
Okay, defrag it, stuff like that, and basically run a synchronization program on it. So yeah, there's no real like parts it needs. It just needs to be redone, resynced. So how'd that go?
A 9.
9. Okay, so yeah, you've done a fine job. You've done a fair job. So you're like running the sync program on it. You tell him it's like, if you wait about an hour, this sync program will finish, and you guys can be on your way. And he's like, oh man, that is great news. He goes, oh man, I mean, Bucket's been with me forever, and if you can get him back online working in his normal condition, that's just fantastic, man. He goes, what can I do to repay you on this? This is great.
Oh, no, I like robots and stuff. I mean,
yeah. All right,
So it's fine.
Well, thanks again, man. I mean, I doubt you'll be here when I get back in like 6 weeks, but if I ever see you again, man, I'll
I'm
take care
going
of
to
you.
be working a little while on the ship over here, but I'll probably be gone in 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what do you know about the treasure ship anyway?
He goes, well, it's waiting for some more equipment to come in, and that won't be here for another 3 weeks itself. It's waiting for some engine parts for the jump drive. The jump drive is shot. I mean, it's shot. The whole jump drive needs to be replaced.
What caused the drive to get messed up like that?
That's really strange. A lot of people are saying that there was an accident, but then a few of the Navy boys, when he points at some of them over there, are saying that somebody did some kind of programming or something on it right before the jump.
Do you have any suspects?
Well, they normally would, but the whole engineering crew got wiped out in the blast.
That's terrible.
Basically, kind of almost what happened on your ship happened on their ship. Like the whole engineering department got flooded with hydrogen gas and ignited.
Wow.
So the whole engineering section, the whole jump drive engineering section exploded. Just gone. So that was a little bit of unintentional foreshadowing with the whole hydrogen accident on board the Dragnar.
If only I'd been there, I could have helped them out.
Exactly. So yeah, he goes, well, if you're looking to get on the crew, I can put in a good word with you.
Yeah, sure, wouldn't hurt. It's always good to know friends.
Absolutely. So he goes, let me talk to the captain there. I talk to the captain every day. Loading as I get the captain's name again. Sorry, Captain Torsa is the captain of the vessel. He says, I'll leave a message for him to be expecting you.
Right. Sounds good.
So good. So, and last but not least, we come to Boris and Dumar, and she goes, she's not quite looking up from her drink as you sit beside her, and she goes, Boris, how you doing?
How would you know my name?
Well, I mean, it's whatever. What name would she know you by? That's what I'm going to go with.
Well, she probably Jack. But anyway, I'm going to start the conversation because when I sit down next to her, and I look around, make sure no one's close enough to listen. I say, "So what's a scoundrel like you doing in an upscale place like this?"
He goes, looking for a sweet target like you, of course. And she just smiles and smiles.
And at that point, I call the barman over to get our drinks refilled. Okay.
So
I said, yeah. And then I go, Boris, good enough. And I put my hand out for a shake.
She goes, so it's not Jack anymore, it's Boris? Okay. She looks, she points down at her uniform. It says Bell, B-E-L. Bell.
Adora Bell.
Yeah, exactly.
So you working?
Yeah. She goes, I'm working out of Acrid, which is another system. I'm not sure if it's highlighted in here. Yeah, it's the next system over. She goes, I'm working out of Acrid, doing runs with the Far Trader. She goes, that's my ship out there, the Wanderer. But you've seen that ship before.
Oh yeah. I remember it, even though I've just met you.
Yeah. So she goes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She goes, what brings you here? She goes, surely you're not after that. And she kind of looks out the window at the Martin. That is a big target, man.
I know. I don't even know how many people have targeted it.
She goes, well, as a matter of fact, I'm here kind of keeping eyes on it for someone while I'm doing runs for Acrid.
Hmm.
You wouldn't happen to be working for an Aslan, would you?
How did you know? Man, you got ears everywhere. You've really upped your game since last time I've seen you.
I want to make sure she's not lying and trying to throw me off a scent.
Exactly.
So would that be streetwise or deception?
It's deception.
Okay.
You're using deception you're using bullshit roll to uncover her bullshit roll.
Right. All right. So I got an 11 to uncover her bullshit.
Okay. No, she was genuinely surprised when you mentioned Aslan, like eyebrow raised the whole thing. You were right on the money. She couldn't give it away. She's like, yeah, I'm working for guys who's hiding out in the ecstasy system, waiting for this thing.
That's awesome. He can basically have it. I just need one small item off of it.
That's what I like about you, Mr. Snatch and Grab. I like it. You're in it. You've always been really good in getting in and getting out. As we'll just like segue to how that's going to work out.
And yeah, it'll probably get a little bit more flirtatious, but it's like I'm at this point. I need 2 persuasion rolls. Is what I need.
Okay. All right.
One is for bed. Oh. Okay, that's boxcars right there. So
nice.
Your game sucks.
I got game.
Excuse me while I whip my dig out.
But I got a modified 10 to persuade her to give me some information about what her team is to see if we can't work a deal.
Okay.
Because I'm all for him, Iron Tooth getting the ship if we get what we need.
Yeah. Okay. So the pleasure part of the role was so massive it's overriding the business part of the role. So she decides that maybe you guys should go get a room and then maybe have some pillow talk later about business.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So
I pick up a bowl of pretzels and a Snickers for her later.
You're gonna need something salty and something sweet. You're gonna need to replenish. Maybe get a Gatorade, but yeah. So the last thing we see in this scene is him grabbing a bottle and a stack of pretzels and going out the bar, and like Am's like, but the pretzels. And we'll close the scene here. We'll close this session here, and we will pick back up next game on the information that Boris has been able to uncover. And get your crew hired on and actually do the job. I think this was a very fun session. This was very cool. I love the role play aspects of this game. Very, very good. Thank you guys for playing.
Jake, can you make it in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
Just so we can finish the heist with you.
Let's look back out. But I'm gonna take us offline and we can talk a little bit after that. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank everyone for playing.
Thank you.
I enjoyed this session. A lot of good role play here. And we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
See you guys.